Good evening. Welcome to our Lenten concert. We ask that there be no flash photography during the concert, and we ask that you hold applause till after all readings of the pieces from the seven last words of Christ are finished. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone to Holy Cross Church in Providence, Rhode Island on the eve of Holy Week 92. Come to the Lord this Easter time. We thank all those who came from near and far and those from Riverside and Barrington especially. Young Timothy Marshall is in the hospital at this time and won't be here tonight, but he's getting better and coming home in another day and a half. I've known Timothy for all of his life and celebrated the sacraments with him many years ago. He's one of the bravest and strongest young men I know, and I was privileged to say a prayer with him yesterday. His excellent father is here tonight, a man who used to put my Ford and Chevy together for many years, but is now teaching and doing mathematics and all kinds of things for his new career. Please stand up, Mr. Dave Marshall, and say hello. God bless you. The past president and one of the acting advisors to the Cystic Fibrosis Board in the state of Rhode Island, and a man who has done yeoman work for teenagers and children sick everywhere. We are proud to know himself and Helen, his dear wife, and his tall son Dave, who shoots a mean basketball. For Timothy tonight, and for all youngsters with cystic fibrosis, let us greet these beautiful young leaders of music by silence. Please keep them.
You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But now I tell you, do not take revenge on someone who wrongs you. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, let him slap you on the left cheek too. And if someone takes you to court to sue you for your shirt, let him have your coat as well. And if one of the occupation troops forces you to carry his pack 1 mile, carry it too. When someone asks you for something, give it to him. When someone wants to borrow something, lend it to him.
Life without sorrow would be fool's folly. That is why God himself took this path, one of sorrow and pain. God shows us that it is still a wonderful, noble, and holy way. Only one without great guilt or sin suffers pain.
Oh open to you. For everyone who asks will receive, and anyone who seeks will find, and the door will be opened to him who knocks. Would any of you who are fathers give your son a stone when he asks for bread? Or would you give him a snake when he asks for fish? As bad as you are, you know how to give good things to your children. How much more then will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him? Do for others what you want them to do for you. This is the meaning of the law of Moses and of the teaching of the prophets.
If you love the justice of Jesus Christ more than you fear human judgment, then you will seek to do compassion. Compassion means that if I see my friend and my enemy in equal need, I shall help both equally. Justice demands that we seek and find the stranger, the broken, the prisoner, and comfort them and offer them our help. Here lies the holy compassion of God that causes the devils much distress.
You have heard that it was said, love your friends, hate your enemies. But now I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you will become the sons of your Father in heaven. For he makes his sun to shine on bad and good people alike. He gives rain to those who do good and to those who do evil. Why would God reward you if you love only the people who love you? Even the tax collectors do that. And if you do speak only to your friends, have you done anything out of the ordinary? Even the pagans do that. You must be perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect.
When are we like God? I will tell you, insofar as we love compassion and practice it steadfastly, to that extent do we resemble the heavenly Creator who practices these things ceaselessly in us.
Do not think that I have come to do away with the law of Moses and the teachings of the prophets. I have not come to do away with them, but to make their teachings come true. Remember that as long as heaven and earth last, not the least point, nor the smallest detail of the law will be done away with. Not until the end of all things. So then, whoever disobeys even the least important of the commandments and teaches others to do the same will be least in the kingdom of heaven. On the other hand, whoever obeys the law and teaches others to do the same will be great in the kingdom of heaven. I tell you then that you will be able to enter the kingdom of heaven only if you are more faithful than the teachers of the law and the Pharisees in doing what God requires.
For compassion comforts the sad, heals the wounded, and gladdens the heart of all who come to her. Each of us who seeks compassion and calls upon compassion resolutely conquers the sorrow and depression that lie in our heart.
Happy are those whose greatest desire is to do what God requires. God will satisfy them fully. Happy are those who are merciful to others. God will be merciful to them. Happy are the pure in heart. They will see God. Happy are those who work for peace. God will call them his children. Happy are those who are persecuted because they do what God requires. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Happy are you when people insult you and persecute you and tell all kinds of evil lies against you because you are my followers. Be happy and glad, for a great reward is kept for you in heaven. This is how the prophets who lived before you were persecuted.
Stay by me, support me, that I may diligently serve the broken and bear the cost of such service in my goods and in my body.
You have heard that people were told in the past, do not commit murder. Anyone who does will be brought to trial. But now I tell you, whoever is angry with his brother will be brought to trial. Whoever calls his brother, you good for nothing, will be brought before the council. And whoever calls his brother a worthless fool will be in danger of going to the fire of hell. So if you are about to offer your gift to God at the altar, and there you remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there in front of the altar. Go at once and make peace with your brother, and then come back and offer your gift to God. How should one live? Live welcoming to all. What should you do? Do good by doing compassion to everyone you know needs it. Expect adversity. Bear adversity with love. Do not shun power nor despise it, but use it correctly. When is power used correctly? Power is made for servant. I am your servant. I am not your master. Be a servant, not a master.
Is
Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone wants to come with me, he must forget himself, carry his cross, and follow me. For whoever wants to save his own life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. Will a person gain anything if he wins the whole world but loses his life? Of course not. There is nothing he can give to regain his life. For the Son of Man is about to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each one according to his deeds. I assure you that there are some here who will not die until they have seen the Son of Man come as King."
Heal the broken with comforting words of God. Cheer them gently with earthly joys. Be merry and laugh with the broken, and carry their secret needs in the deepest silence of your heart. Do not judge others. Stand by them with love. Then God will lead them to be open to you and to themselves and to God. When we get to heaven, we shall find that there everything is held for the good of all in common. Lord God, close now your treasured gift by a holy end.
You get